Okay. So this is going to be a VOD review for Yunc, a Min Min at the Min Min Discord, against Ranger, who is a Puff main who swapped to Game and Watch for games 2 and 3 of the set. And I was watching the set and I realized that a lot of the mistakes are not Min Min specific and they are actually very general. So I wanted to start this video off by uh, saying that a lot of the things you learn in this video are going to apply to every character, not at all just zoners or min min or whatever. So instead of just starting with the VOD review, I'm going to start with some general overview for just mistakes and playing well as keys to adapt, as well as some examples. I've got some music on, so I don't know. Maybe that'll help. Maybe it'll just sound like garbage, but we will see. So I had some first impressions here, like very niche stuff, like a sloppy arm change, playing without thought, weird decisions, greedy decisions. What is your objective, right? That, like, I asked this, and I was like, just answering this one question is so difficult to do by itself. So I decided I would do this part just because of this question. What is your objective? So as we're going through all of this, I want you to think of like different situations, whether it's with different characters, different matchups, different positions on stage, different options that you need to deal with. What is your objective? What is it that you want to get done? So let's start over. So the first thing I want to go over is the armor analogy. I couldn't find a great image of like armor that actually does this, because real life armor actually does a really good job of not having like Achilles heels. Maybe Achilles heel would have been a better example, I guess. But so I pulled up this picture of like Minecraft armor because it's not very good armor, right? Like the face is exposed, his arms are exposed, which arms are pretty important when you're fighting with swords, I would assume. So I don't know. And even in Minecraft, if you get shot in the chest or shot in the arm, it's just as much damage. Anyways, I'm looking too deep into this. But basically, there's a there's open areas where you can be hit. Is basically the this is a terrible example, but this is what I'm going for. So you have two major places where mistakes are made. So you have mistakes in disadvantage, and then you have mistakes in neutral. Mistakes in disadvantage are going to look different depending on different things. And sometimes what is a mistake in one matchup is not a mistake in another. Um, Dang, I should have had an example ready for that. Um, and then a kind of third one is disadvantage or mistakes in advantage, but it's different because it's less uh, a mistake that loses you the game and more a mistake that makes it so that you have to like work way harder, basically. Sometimes it'll lose you the game. That's a reversal, but yeah, I'll leave some stuff in the description for that. But basically, the big two are mistakes in neutral and mistakes in disadvantage. And the first step is recognizing that mistakes in neutral and mistakes in disadvantage are two very separate and different things, even though they might have the same root cause. So in neutral, a mistake might be, I don't know, swinging at somebody who is not there, like missing a move, whiffing. That isn't a huge deal for the most part in Smash because moves largely don't have lag, or at least punishable lag. Like the spammy Game and Watch that's gonna spam Smash attacks because he can, because he's allowed to miss them. Even if you shield them, you don't have an opportunity to punish them as a rule. So like in neutral, you'll have different things that are mistakes, and largely the reason why any given player is going to lose a game is because of mistakes in neutral. Then you have mistakes in disadvantage, and these are important because when you make a mistake in disadvantage, this is genuinely what kills you. This is the I got hit off stage against Mario, and I was scared. I wanted to get back to the stage, so I'm going to double jump. But Mario read that and then he forward aired me and I died at like 40 because I jumped into his forward air, right? That's a mistake and disadvantage. That's a pretty entry level mistake, I would say. But it is still a mistake. Certain things they have to learn to play around and learn to that you just have to deal with, right? Because when you're in disadvantage, the objective changes. Because what is your objective in neutral? It's to hit the guy, right? So when did you not meet your objective? It's when you miss the guy and they hit you. In disadvantage, what is your objective? Your objective in disadvantage is to get back to neutral. It is not to hit the guy. It is not to get back to stage as quickly as possible. There's not like a Sonic underwater timer. Like like the stressful music does not play when you're in a bad spot for the most part. Largely if you do nothing, only bad players will like actually follow up on that. Uh is my experience. I've touched on that in another video about disadvantage where I talk about like the 5 layers of players, or at least 5 layers of thought, where that's layer 0 is just doing nothing. So what's your objective and disadvantage? Well, that is where we go on to the board game analogy. So I've laid out an analogy, right, where you have disadvantage and you want to go from disadvantage to a lesser disadvantage, or a less risky disadvantage, a disadvantage that gives you more options, into an even lesser disadvantage, which gets you back to neutral. And then, capital then, you can try to hit them. So a good example would be juggled. I'm in the air, so I don't want to force my way down, so I'm going to go to ledge. And then I don't want to force my way off the ledge, so I'm just going to get into the corner, just be on stage, into neutral, into smiley face, because that's where we want to be. And for that, we have Candyland. So, trying to get out of disadvantage, that's taking the rainbow trail. Uh, so this is a terrible example, by the way, but it's the example I'm going with. So the way you're supposed to go is you're supposed to take the long way. This is safer. This is more reliable. This is more consistent, because for this, you have to start and then you have to get a red or any of these colors, and then you have to get a red, and then you go on the rainbow trail. So like, can you reliably do that? Probably not in Candyland. If there's any competitive Candyland players, let me know in the comments, I guess. We're supposed to go over here and visit Mr. Mint. Uh we can, take our time before we see Grandma Nut and Gloppy and Lolly. I don't know. I don't want to pander to Smash players too much, but that's that's the idea, is that you don't want to take shortcuts in disadvantage. You need to go and take the long way, because that is the proper way. Maybe you can take the gumdrop pass, which is roll from ledge, where you avoid being like in the actual corner of the stage after being on the ledge. But you know what I mean. But yeah, basically it's a board game and you have to go. Maybe the game of life would have been a better example, where you go like from being a kid to marriage to whatever. I don't know. I haven't played life in 20 years. But you go juggle, ledge, corner, neutral, happy. Obviously, this is not an everything button. Some characters can straight up skip the ledge. Yoshi is one that comes to mind. Though that is also not free, because you can hit Yoshi out of his jump. Uh, and some characters you don't want to go to ledge against. For example, Game & Watch. You actually don't want to go to ledge that much against Game & Watch. You don't want to force your way down either, because you'll eat a million up airs. Some other time I'm going to go over Doramigi against Mia, specifically the winner side set, where he reverse 3-0'd Mia, and that's a good set. I haven't actually analyzed that one, but that is a good set I need to do. So then we moved on to root causes. Why do we do what we do and ignore the good? Meaning, if all this stuff is good, if all this stuff is what we should be doing, why do we ignore that? Why do we not do that, right? And this isn't picking on Yunc. Yunc is awesome. This is just like a general thing that like myself fall victim to more times than anybody I've ever seen, because we see our own mistakes more than anybody else sees them. So basically what I'm saying is this is something that is very important. So knowing what you should do, or what you should and shouldn't not be spending energy on. So this is an example I would have to go into the set to really find a good example of, but one that I can think of off the top of my head is like uh when you're in, like, say you just got hit by a move and you almost died, you're really close to the blast zone. And what should you do? Well, a good example of autopilot would be I am going to do a move that gets me out of tumble as soon as possible. For Min Min, that's Ram Ram Nair. For Toon Link, that's going to be probably back air, I think. For Ganondorf, I like to do up air. It depends on the character, depends on your tools, depends on everything, right? Like if Min Min doesn't have Ram Ram out, instead it would be better to do Dragon Nair or Up Air, because they're a lot less laggy than Megawatt to get you out of Tumble. Tumble itself is bad because you have less air drift, you can't fast fall, you just have less control of your character in general, and you're usually a smaller target when you're not rolling around in Tumble. So, like, that example would be a good idea of good autopilot, things that you should be doing. Or, like, another good example of autopilot would be aerials that are as close to the ground as possible. Like with Link, it's very, very good to hit nairs as close to the ground as possible because it's borderline unpunishable. You can't punish the nair. You have to punish what Link does after the nair, stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff like that in this game, which is, in my opinion, the biggest thing that separates this game from Smash 4. But that's another topic. But basically, what is good autopilot? And that is something that Verminubis talks a lot about in. I moved it up here. In this autopilot video, I'm going to link this playlist down in the description. This is one of. These are a lot of my favorite videos that have helped me a lot and have helped me to get better. I think I actually lost one of these videos because he deleted. One of the guys deleted it, but like all of this stuff is amazing stuff, and I recommend watching all of this. Probably not all at once, so you can actually like take it all in, but it will be there. It's the continued growth playlist, complete vouching for all these guys. But yeah, that's. I'm just saying that autopilot itself is not a bad thing, but you should know what you should and should not be spending energy on. And he talks a lot more about it in a lot more and a lot bigger words because he's a lot smarter than I am. But uh, yeah. And then you also have player one versus player two. And this is something. Oh, I forgot. Of tennis. So this is touched more on in this book. It's called The Inner Game of Tennis, and it is something that is amazing, amazing, amazing. Do I have it in here? I don't think so. So I'm just gonna use this tab to Core A Gaming Player 1, 2. It's no, it's this one, Playing Fast and Slow. This video is very, very good, and it talks a lot about the idea that you have a, let's see. So system one is your unconscious, effortless, automatic thinking, right? It's the stuff you do just because you can do it, right? Like like finishing certain sentences or knowing which would you rather eat, food or electronics, stuff like that. That's basic automatic stuff. And then you have system two, which is a lot slower. It's conscious thinking, and he goes into a lot of detail in this, but basically, system two is where we want to be a lot of the time, but system one is better at reacting. System one is where we need both system one and system two to succeed. But the thing is that system one is so automatic that it needs constant effort to not be working just with system one. It But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. You get the point. But basically, you have your player one and your player two, and if you find yourself playing without thought, it means that your player one is in control most of the time, and your player two should probably need some working on, and that does take a lot of conscious effort in my experience, like playing friendlies in certain ways that make you think differently. Where, Min Min's actually a great example for this. Can you beat someone with just legs? Dash attack, uh, down tilt, up smash, down air, up air. Uh, and you could probably work in some other moves if you really just don't want to use your arms. You could probably nair, maybe up B if you're lame. you know, uh, so like you want to do things that make you think harder about your decisions, or you want to like pay attention to certain things in certain situations that make you do that. That's what worked for me. Inner Game of Tennis. I'm actually a fake fan. I haven't read this book, but I do know what it talks about, and it does talk about a lot of these ideas of player one and player two, the self and the other self, the player and the observer. Another video that's in, jeez, it's in here somewhere. It's in my playlist. It's by Rishi. It's this video. It's called Decision Making in Smash. This one is probably one of the best videos in this playlist, and he talks a lot about every single part of it. I'm not going to play the video here, but it is, wow, you have to watch this video. It's very, very good. And he talks a lot about that, as well as he incorporates a lot of things like what kind of player are you, as far as the three kinds of players between heart, body, and mind. And I can go on about that for hours, but that's the gist of it. Um, but now that we talked about mistakes, let's talk about actually playing well. So I've got a little tangent. Um, so last year, no, geez, it was 2 years ago. Wow, I'm old. I started watching Hajime no Ippo, and it is a very, very, very good anime. It is from like 2000, so it's still got like the hand drawn style from the 90s, and I think it's by Madhouse. It might be by a different. I know it's by Madhouse actually, but so it's a very, very well. Like the art's amazing, it looks amazing, it sounds amazing, and if you like dubs, I love dubbed anime and dubbed, and season one of Ippo is amazing. But one thing that really struck me about that show, and especially coming from a background of Smash, is that when you're trying to get better in Smash, a lot of times it comes down to uh, trying to improve your weaknesses. It's like, oh, I can't get off ledge. Okay, let's work on that. Oh, I dropped my combo. Okay, let's work on that. But something that Ippo does that I don't see many other things talk about is leaning into your strengths, and that's something that I I really think more people should focus on in a certain way. Maybe it's because it's just so natural that they don't really even think about it. Like you play Kazuya, you're gonna work on your zero to deaths. Uh, I think that's true for most characters. You're gonna work on your combos. You're gonna work on your kill setups. You're gonna work on what you play your character for a reason, right? So you're gonna do what the character does best. You're gonna zone with Min Min or whatever. I don't know. But I think that playing to your strengths does require a little bit of what's the word? Just focus. Focusing on your strengths and getting to a point where you're so good at what you do, it's silly. It's stupid even. And the last point I have here is, what is playing good to you? And you might think of like, if I'm playing good, does that mean that I can, I don't know, fight? Like, okay, let me pull up YouTube. Let's hope that nothing here is crazy. Okay, nothing too crazy. So we're gonna look at what's it called? What was it? What was it called? I was gonna look for something. I gotta remember what I was thinking about. What's playing good to you? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I wrote this script just for this, and then I still lost it. What's playing good? Dude, this is so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. Wow. Um, do I cut this? No, I don't think so. uh, but the point I was trying to make here is shit. So playing good, basic. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah. So Izza has an old video, and I mean old. I mean like old, old. If we go by oldest, we go through like he has a video where he fights his friends, and it's like it's like 3-on-1, I think. And it's like, oh my gosh, he fights three people at once. This one's also pretty cool, where it's like, Armada hit five knees. I don't know. It was, I don't know where it is, but it's like, it's before all this. He might have deleted it. I would. But yeah, it was just a video of him like 3v1ing his casual friends. And I don't even remember why it was just so funny to me. But it's like, oh my gosh, he's so good. He could do that, or like the Daigo parry, where you parry 15 times into a full combo. Oh my gosh, he's so perfect. He's so good. Is that what playing good is to you? And actually, I have these pulled up ahead of time. So, this is like, if you know anything, by the way, watch this video. I'll put it in the description. But watch this video with the music because it makes it hit so much harder. But like these guys, they make the they make it sound so, like, they make it look so crazy. Like you look at any of this stuff and it's like, okay, up throw stuff and grab, like it's fuck you combo, like it's I'm so good at the game that you'll never be this good. You should just quit. Like right here, this is the craziest Armada shine I've ever seen. He gets hit by the fire, and then Fox is coming in, so this is a frame perfect shine out of hit stun, right? So that's a frame perfect B press. But not only that, it's also at the perfect spacing where Fox didn't get hit by the up B, and this Fox got hit by the Shine hitbox, which is not a too amazingly big hitbox, right? This is pretty tight. Uh, like that's crazy. That's crazy. Is that what it means to be good at the game? Oh my gosh, look at this movement. He's so scared. He's sitting in shield. Oh my gosh. Like, is this really uh Shine reads the roll away and to just shine him, yeah. Fair one, fair two. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Tex on Randall into multi shines on the platform. All those are frame perfect, by the way. Maybe double frame perfect. This is some mango stuff. Hashtag free mango. Oh my gosh, that down smash. Into Marth Killer. Yep. But like, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Where it's like, is that what playing good is to you? Do you have to be perfect? Or this is another video. Sorry, I'm going on way too many tangents here. I'm gonna be at like half an hour before the set even starts. Oh my gosh. So, Pink Fresh has a lot of amazing, amazing videos. Like almost all of these videos are amazing. This is the video we're watching. You're losing yourself. This one's really good. The difference between Smash and fighting games. This is an amazing video that teaches you a lot of stuff. I would straight up just binge most Pink Fresh videos. This is another one of my favorite ones. It's on refresh rate. Uh, yeah, like almost all of these are good, good, good material for improving, whether or not you play Min Min. Like it's general, but it's better if you play Min Min. But this part, it talks about you're losing to yourself because of like decisions you make. Where say you have this situation, right, where uh Larry Lear posted this clip like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Oh my gosh. Uh, and it was Inkling on the ledge and Fox just naring, right? It's Fox realizing, oh, Inkling has nothing they can do here. So I'm just going to do this. Like, obviously, you can roll, you can maybe jump, but it gets to a point where it's like they just don't do the thing. They just don't do it. And Larry Lear was quick to catch on to that and to take advantage of the fact that they don't have an option in that situation. Is that the same as like this crazy tech skill, like amazing at the game, Digro parry type stuff? No, it's not. In fact, it's the exact opposite. This is uninteractive, right? You're playing around your opponent's weaknesses, while this is like almost like Goku stuff, right? Where it's like you're taking them on at their strongest and still beating them. And obviously, this is a lot cooler, but this is a lot better in my opinion. Like, this is what good play is to me. If you can play in a way where the opponent is just lost, you win. You win. That's the objective overall. Is you want to find these situations where the opponent is lost. And obviously there's like better things he can do out of soft nair. He could probably combo out of that. But it does more mental damage the fact that he's just nairing, you know? Like that almost makes it better. I think that's straight up why the guy quit. Oh my gosh. But like that's basically what I'm saying is that what is playing good to you? I'm going to close off this general section with what I call my four questions. So usually when I'm doing VOD review or when I'm answering questions for people, I always look to these four questions. So the first one is, what range do I want to be at? And this is character dependent, this is matchup dependent, this is player dependent, right? This matters on a lot of things and it depends. Everything could be answered with it depends. But this one is especially important because what range do I want to be at? Well, if I'm Min Min and I'm fighting, say, Byleth, Min Min has more range than Byleth. Byleth has no airspeed, so she can't really jump in. She has one projectile that has no timing mix up. It has a cancel mix up, but you could just jump and they can't. You know, so in neutral against Byleth, Min Min wants to be at a pretty big range away from Byleth, right? That's one very easy, quick example. Or like a swords character, a swordsman. A lot of swordy characters, they want to be at like mid range, arm's length, and you'll see different people talk about like different ranges, right? Like ultimate is kind of truncated, where in melee and Smash 4 you have stuff like pivots, perfect pivots, wave dashes, different ways you can move just little bits for micro spacing. But in ultimate, because you can't cancel initial dashes, the movement is kind of truncated. Like this, like from the middle to the edge of the circle is like one dash or one roll or one dash attack. Maybe some dash attacks are shorter or longer, but you see what I'm saying. Where this is the distance of chuncation in like ultimate is chunked as far as how you have to move, and you move in chunks. So you kind of want to look at the ranges in that sense. Actually, if you look at my continued growth playlist, this video by Fire the Pyro about Sonic actually does a great job of talking about the distance that you want to be away from Sonic very well. Uh, Here, actually, because you have this burst range, and burst range isn't necessarily the range that he can immediately cover because it's Sonic, he can cover the entire stage really, but instead the distance he can cover before you can react. Average human visual reaction time is close to 15 frames or a quarter second, 250 milliseconds. And then you add in Ultimate's input delay, which is about 6 frames, and ultimately how fast Sonic can move in 21 frames or 22 frames, whatever it is going to be his burst range. So from this pressure position, obviously this is also kind of unreactable, but it's in a situation where if you push a button and he pushes a button at the same time, then like things happen. And he goes into 27 minutes and 41 seconds of detail about this, basically. And it's a very good watch. I suggest watching my entire playlist. It's all very good. Um, So, what range do I want to be at? And that's going to change, and ultimately, it depends. And at the end of the day, this is something I say to people a lot. I'll ask people questions, and they'll respond with, "Why are you asking me? I'm not the best person to ask here." Well, that's the thing. I'm not looking for the best answer. I'm looking for your answer, right? This will tell me where you're at. This will tell me what's going through your mind. Will tell me what you prioritize. This will tell me everything, right? That is what's important. Is what is your answer to this? What range do I want to be at? I want to know what you're thinking. Even if you don't consciously think about it, you're still answering this question. What range do I want to be at? Because you're going to be at that range. You'll see different parts of this set where Yunc chooses to be at a certain range for a certain reason. Second question: what kind of player am I fighting? This can be boiled down to a lot of things, whether it's the player. For example, Ranger is a Puff main. After game one, Yunc actually switches to Game and Watch because his Puff loses to Yunc's Minmin. So he switches to Game and Watch, in which case, obviously, we're fighting somebody that maybe they've had a history. Maybe they've lost faith in their character, even though Puff has a very good matchup into Min Min. He was just lost. In my opinion, as we've touched on earlier, that is what playing good is. We've as this video, the very first video in the playlist talks about, it talks about pressuring them down in stages of thought to the point where they have to consciously think about every one of their decisions, or to a point where they're so frustrated that they can't even think about their decisions. They're just acting on pure emotion or will. It it gets to certain points with certain people, and yeah, that's a good chunk of it. So what kind of player am I fighting? It's going to change depending on which kind of player you're fighting, and it might even change mid-match. uh Sorry, I keep referencing this playlist, but it's so good. Everybody should watch it. There's this video by My Smash Corner called What Are Mind Games, and it was made for Smash 4. But in Smash 4, you have a lot of 50/50s. You have a lot of moves that don't 100% combo into something, like Rob's down throw up air. It doesn't combo, but it will combo if they do anything except air dodge. So it becomes a down throw 50/50. Down throw into wait for the air dodge, or just down throw immediately up air. So throughout a set, somebody might air dodge the first 4 times and then jump the fifth time. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they the person that's going to get caught one time and then start adapting, or are they gonna have to have it spelled out to them very slowly, letter by letter, for them to understand that something is a mistake and that they have to change something? Uh, so, what kind of player am I fighting? That is a very important question that honestly that you should be asking often, as well as be reconsidering what this question means often. What kind of player am I fighting? Does this mean, are they going to approach at a certain time? Are they going to switch characters? What does them switching characters mean? It can mean a lot of things. Penultimately, I know big words. What is my objective? And this is something that I've talked about since the beginning. What is your objective? Well, that depends, just like everything. Well, your objective in neutral is probably to hit the guy, and your objective when they're at high percent is probably to kill the guy, and their objective at low percent is probably to add damage. One of the best examples I can think of is from Melee, where in the Fox Ditto, you want to get the other Fox to 34%. Why 34%? Because that is when Hard Nair starts to send into Tumble, and they can no longer crouch cancel Hard Nair or something. I don't know. I'm not the best Melee player, but I know that 34% is very important for the Fox Ditto because of Nair. So all of a sudden it becomes early game. How do I get them to that percent? And then how do I take advantage of them after that, right? Where different percent ranges influence different things. And wow, what do you know? I'm referencing the video or the playlist again. But this video called Nuances of Neutral by Deku Tree, he talks about, I'm actually going to pull up the part where he talks about it. He talks about different percent ranges changing different uh, neutral tools that they'll consider. So like at 30%, uh, you know, uh, he might switch out his frame 3 Nair combo breaker for down throw potential. All of a sudden, once you have Yoshi at this percent, you're less worried about the tick damage from there, and more about how do I combo him a little bit better. And then you get start having stuff like, oh, is he going to use neutral B to grab me as a guessing game, or down throw stuff? Maybe you're vulnerable to jab up smash at a certain percent, and it becomes like a weird, not real combo. Obviously, this is for Smash 4, by the way, not Ultimate. So like different options will change at different percents is basically what he's saying, and that is very very true. So what is my objective? I'm also gonna talk about one other video. I clown on Izza a little bit, probably unfairly so, but this is one of my favorite. Probably actually this is my all-time favorite video by Izza, and it is Art of Smash 4 from Smash 4. And wow, it actually was already at the objective part, but he talks about objective very very well, and it's like this entire segment, uh, until like right here, until the consistency part. Obviously, a lot of people like this part because there's cool combos, but uh from like 4 minutes 30 until 9 minutes 20, this is like this is the bible of Smash Bros, if that makes any sense. uh it's Easter, by the way. I'm allowed to reference the Bible once, not that I care. But yeah, objective, basically what I can say is that you just have to figure that out for your own. And these Deku Tree videos, all three of these are going to help out a lot, and this one as well, beating those projectiles. Actually, I'll just leave it there. But yeah. And lastly, ultimately, what is influencing my decisions? So this is something to keep in mind of, and the answer isn't really as important as the fact that you're thinking about this, right? If you can consider the fact that you need to think about your own decisions before uh, you really get to a point where um sorry, brain fog. If you can get to a point where you're thinking about what's influencing you, that will help you make a lot clearer decisions, a lot more clearly. Like for example, from what I saw, he was using Megawatt a lot. Obviously, Megawatt is good for one really good thing, and it's for hitting them really hard, really far. But what is Megawatt worse at compared to Ram Ram? It's bigger, it's slower, it doesn't have the big range of motion, and it's just it has a lot less freedom than Ram Ram. So if you're on Megawatt, what's influencing your decision? You want to get the kill without a setup, right? You're just greedy. Um, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know. I'll switch to Megawatt more than almost any other Min Min you'll ever see. Maybe not more, but just as much. But it is important to know that it is influencing your decision, and I don't know, like it's something that it's important to think about, is what I'm saying. But as far as the answer itself, what's influencing my decision? Well, maybe it's that I'm playing scared. Maybe it's that I'm bored and I want to hit the other guy. Maybe it's somebody told me this is a winning matchup, so I have to be just doing what my character does best, right? That's how I'm winning the matchup. When you're playing for ideals, right? Like if you've ever I have two good examples for this because it's literally like the spoken themes of each game. But both the extra semester from Persona 5 Royal with the counselor Maruki, as well as Pokemon Generation 5 Black and White, it talks about the parallels between the real and the ideal, where you have reality and then you have what things would be like in a perfect world. And reality is really important, obviously. It's reality, it's what's real. But you also have the ideal. Uh, if things were ideal, I would never lose neutral, and every time I hit them, they would die. If things were real, the opposite is true. No, just joking. You don't get to East Idaho PR by not losing. You make 2 hour long videos. That's how you do it. Uh, but yeah, that's just something to keep in mind is what's influencing your decisions and uh, separating what's real from what's your ideal, I guess, is what has helped me a lot to explain a lot of my decisions in post, I guess. I guess I should say that this is important to know at like any given state, right? Whether it's between games, whether it's between stocks, whether it's like, mid combo. Why did I get hit by that? Why did I do that stupid thing that let me get hit? Influence is the key word there. Okay, I'm gonna crack a Diet Pepsi before I start the VOD review. So, uh, we're on our government break here. How's your guys' day been? I had a good Easter. I went over to my uncle's. I had some good dinner, some good ham and rolls. That's been me ever since I was a kid. I love meat and rolls. Ugh. It's been a good day. I'm very tired though, but you gotta do what you love. I should add that to this, where remember that you're doing it because you love it. But that's more of like a football coach advice rather than a Super Smash Brothers coach advice. It's like pain is weakness leaving the body, but the pain is just like getting grabbed by Luigi. Oh, I guess I'll plug myself here. So I'm gonna start doing paid coaching here soon. So this is the last freebie I'm gonna do. You can reach out to me on Discord. Um, you could probably find me on Discord somewhere. I don't know. As well as you can find me on Twitter. You're probably not gonna have a lot of it. Just comment or something. I don't know. Find me somewhere, and if you want coaching, then I can coach you. Um, my experience. Well, I've been going to tournaments for 10 years. I'm competitive level in multiple games, from Mario 64 speedrunning to Melee, Ultimate, a little bit of League of Legends. Don't tell anybody that one. I play card games for fun, and I'm also an older brother, so I'm no stranger to talking and explaining things as how they should be. And I'm also a pretty cool guy. So if you really want some dust level coaching, hit me up. Okay, to the VOD review. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of mill over the first game because we don't really. How do we get rid of this common stuff? Whatever. We'll live with it. Actually, no, I'll keep it. Uh, Basically, he wins this first game, so he's not really too worried about advice from here, but I'll go over it anyways for two big reasons. One, because winning against Puff is pretty important, right? Like, this is a losing matchup for Min Min. This is one of Min Min's worst matchups, actually. So winning that is, no small thing. And second is this is Ranger's main, right? And I did a little bit of stalking. Ranger himself has a 26% win rate on Super Major, so he himself isn't exactly a PR player, but this is still his main. This is still going to show his player one tendencies, what he's comfortable with, what he likes to do, etc. And at the end of the day, it's still a last dog game, so we're going to go over it. Okay, we're at 45 minutes. We're right on schedule. Okay. So getting into the game, PS2. PS2 is very good for us, in my opinion, for two big reasons. The first one, literally because it's big, PS2 is the widest stage in the game. This gives us the most room to space out, and it makes it so that Puff has to make up the most distance to get in, which, in my opinion, is a pretty big, important part of this matchup. And secondly, is because the stage is wide, even though the distance from the edge to the blast zone is not like any bigger than on Battlefield or FD, the stage itself being bigger means if you're at the middle of the stage, you're at less risk of dying on the side because of how far away it is because of the stage. Even though off stage is not especially big or small, it's the fact that the stage itself pushes that over. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but basically, the stage is very wide, and that's why it's good. Uh, let's see. Other things about the matchup. This is a matchup where Megawatt is very good in because you have to stuff out Puff's approach. Puff is going to approach from the air because she has the second best airspeed in the game next to Yoshi. So Puff is going to jump in, but she is also very floaty. So if she's at a certain like height, it's pretty easy to match her height. She can't really jump or fall faster than you, so you're going to be able to catch up to her vertically before she can catch you horizontally most of the time, especially with how versatile arms are. And Megawatt is going to help out a lot more with that. And like just ticking her with Ram Ram isn't going to do as much. The other thing is Puff is pretty light, like she dies pretty early. Then you have the stuff that's pretty obvious. Min Min is very vulnerable off stage, especially to Puff. I think, what's his name? Base Mage. Base Mage has a good video about edge guarding, and I don't think it's about Min Min specifically, but he uses Min Min as an example where if Puff grabs Min Min, like right here, and forward throws Min Min off stage, like ideally it's curtains because Min Min only has like two or three options to really not instantly die, and Puff can cover all of those pretty comfortably after a forward throw, even at 0%. Like forward throw, being grabbed is the number one thing. Obviously, other things are also very scary. Nair, fair, forward tilt, all set up tech chases very well, and I don't even have to explain to you why Puff is very good at tech chasing because she either gets arrest or she gets sing or she gets something that sends you off stage, and all of those are amazing for Puff. Especially coming, that is why Puff mains are actually pretty scary because they can set up those kind of things pretty easily. So that's kind of the gist of it: is getting hit is bad, and you want to keep them away, which is something you probably already knew. But here we go. Okay, so you've already lost complete stage control, which isn't a huge deal. You look at how it started, and it's like, okay, she run off, and you have like just this kind of like arc of just holding forward is what they're doing. And this is something I noticed later on too from Ranger, is that he works in absolutes where he's going, if he's holding a direction, he is holding that direction. That is what he's doing, right? That is what he likes to do. So right off the bat, that's something I notice is he is a forward pusher. He pushes his directions. So you kind of were a little bit late on the draw there. Okay, you jump out of that, get hit by fair, air dodge in. Okay, so you kind of told it on yourself a little bit there, and then you roll, and then you get caught. So this is something that I do a lot, where I'm in a bad situation, I'll just roll because it's like, okay, I'm scared, I want to do something, but I can tell that this is 100% this roll. This is not a brain decision. It's a brain. This is an emotional decision, right? This is your heart breaking because you don't want to be here. Frown. I don't like here. I want to be over here because I'll be happy over here. This is an emotional decision. So this is something that you should know about yourself is if you operate on emotion or if you operate on whatever, you know, that's an important thing to know about yourself is here. And like I'm very much the same in this situation. But some people, they're going to try hitting the guy. Sometimes they're going to just hold shield, because what's Puff going to do? If Puff grabs me here, it's Puff back throw, which sends a lot higher, right? If Puff forward throws right here, it's going to send like almost straight out, actually. But back throw is going to send like up almost. Maybe not that far up, but like that. I don't know. I don't know all my angles, but you know what I mean. Basically, if you get grabbed here, it is not the end of the world. Worst case scenario, you get forward thrown and now you're in a tech chase situation, right? And that's pretty bad, but it's not the end of the world. And most of the time, Puff's just gonna see that you're close and just hit you, right? She might not immediately. I don't know. A lot of people go for grabs here, and as what's his name, Mikey D talks about in one of these videos. It's part 1. Yeah, this one. This MK Leo versus Tweak analysis part 1. In this video, in one of these two, he talks about neutral options, and these are good videos to watch for that. But he hits dash attack into a tech chase, into you roll in, and they hard red a what do you call that? A pound for a rollout. And I don't think the pound would have actually led to a whole lot. So this is definitely also an emotional decision. He uses this button because it's his happy button. He likes side B. I don't know. Maybe it would have led to a platform tech chase. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't play Jigglypuff. But that's just something that either it's a big brain play that's Jigglypuff's brain, but probably not. Either it's a big brain play or this is an emotional play, and I'm leaning towards it being an emotional play. This is Puff pushing side B. So now we have a bit more information. These are two emotional players kind of playing against each other. And this is where it kind of gets into, like, if you really want to talk about that specific thing, it gets into the weeds a little bit. What's his name? Core Gaming has a very good video. Please don't be a weird recommended. Okay, it's not bad. If we want to talk about Core Gaming playlists, it's the video essays. One of these videos talks about the 3 kinds of fighting game players, and it's very good. I think it's one of these in here. This one. 3 kinds of fighting game players. Laughs Theory. This video is amazing, and it will talk about so many different things about like who you are as a player, that it's just amazing. I absolutely love it. Whether you're a heart, body, or brain player, brain obviously being more like setup based, you know, like here, if this was for a tech chase, that would be more of a brains based play. Whereas if they were just leaning on the side B because they just like the move and they just wanted to cover it with their comfort button, that's more of a heart play. Whereas if it was something, I don't know, mechanical, like with Puff, it would be like the rising down air combos, you know what I mean? That would be like more of a body stuff, but yeah, you know what I mean. Basically, I'm saying that from what I can gather in the first 5 seconds, you guys are both emotional players, which is leaning into what kind of player am I fighting? But it's also leaning into the fact that you guys are both from the same region and you're both around the same skill level. Uh, and not to get too much into how different regions play, but this is pretty common for Texas players, you know? Like you'll see a lot of Texas players kind of do things because this is what I do. And I don't know. I don't want to get in too much into that, but that is a thing. Okay, and then here, like after this, okay, now you're thinking, okay, we're back to neutral. I'm only down 26%. That's pretty good for getting hit by Puff. Because you should have died a 0, honestly, against a good Puff. So from here, it's like, okay, we can tell a lot about your mental state, but by what you do. Okay, you hit this Ram, they take 8 damage. Cool. Sweet. Another Ram. It almost hit, actually. Look at that. It almost hit. Not that it matters. That would have done 2 damage. We don't really care. into the dragon. It kind of hit the floor, so it kind of canceled into you jumping because you've jumped 3 times before now. Into a forward smash. Why are we aiming over here? Puff already went down here and is rolling over here. Into, oh, back throw into, yeah, it's like a 45-degree angle, right? Into, oh, okay. You're lucky you did, if you did a smash attack, you would have died. So here, I'm straight up double jumping because I'm afraid. Because Puff, while Puff has, what, 5, 6 jumps, uh, she doesn't gain height very fast. And this is something that is less so in Ultimate because characters gain a lot of height from their jumps. But Puff has a short jump. On top of that, like, floaty characters have always had a hard time gaining height. Like in Melee, sorry I keep referencing Melee a lot, but a lot of the things still are like more extreme in Melee, so they're better examples. But in Melee, a good counterplay to like floaty characters like Puff and Peach is top platform camping because they can't really gain the height to realistically pressure you the same way a character like Fox could just full hop up air, stuff like that. So in this situation, I would double jump pretty high, but you go for that, and that covered the instant reel in. That was a good nair. Okay, here you go for an up B. What you should have done is probably neutral air dodge, which, yeah, foresight, cool. You die, whatever, it happens. The fact that you win this game is pretty impressive. Okay, so on respawn, you hit this ram tilt, and you instantly jump because your mind is not on. There's another thing. I think it's in Nuances of Neutral. Actually, it talks about the idea of hit confirming. I think it's in this part now. It's at a different part where he talks about. Yeah, it's at like this early part where he's talking about hit confirming. But basically, the idea is a hit confirm is like a forward air grab, right? Sheet can combo forward air grab. DK can probably combo forward air grab. I know K Rool can combo forward air grab. With Min Min, we have like Nair dash attack. Why is Nair dash attack so good at 0? Well, for a couple of reasons. Dash attack sends them off stage. It's good, reliable damage. And if your Nair misses, it really doesn't have that much lag, so we can, instead of dash attacking after the nair, we can react to the fact that the nair missed, and then we can do something else. So here you hit this ram, so you should have realized that this ram tilt hit here, that's a hit confirm into a dragon smash, or you could do a dragon tilt. One of my favorite Min Min sets ever is Dora Migi the Zomba, the first one, when they played at Level Up Expo. And if you look at the start of this set, look at how Dora Migi starts the set, right? After this. After this. Wow, that's cool. Just do it soon. Oh my gosh. Is it from Level Up Expo? No, this is from, it's from the first set. Yeah, it's from this one. Yeah. Sorry, it is from this one. But this one, it just starts off with like a very, okay. So you have just grounded, tilt, tilt. So the way Doramigi does it is he'll do ram tilt and then dragon tilt and then jump, right? And like you look at how Doramigi like just it's like walking the dog almost. Where it's just like, I'm just gonna push you off stage just because my moves have such low knockback, and I can just use 2 arms at the same time. I can just arm 1, arm 2, arm 1, arm 2. And it's less about spamming and more about forcing your sphere of influence to like kind of like force them into the corner and eventually off stage. And Dorami is so good at this, but this set, I guess I'll put it in the description too, is like an amazing example of that. But yeah, you jumped too early there. You should have just hit confirmed it into either a tilt or a smash if you wanted to maximize damage. Smash would have probably been better because Puff would have been sent further as well as taking more damage, which more damage against Puff is always good because she's so light. Okay, that's a good example. But you're kind of backing off. Like you're hitting this hit, and then you're literally walk backwards after you get the hit. Which like you get a hit, you take that stage control. That's something that like defined how Proto Banham played Min Min a few years ago. I keep referencing videos, but Ramses has a very good video on Proto Banham that showed that very well. Okay, that's it, I swear. But this video right here is a very good watch. It's very long. I'm sorry. I gave like 10 hours of homework, but this is how we do. Okay. Do a dash tech. Good ram. Yeah, this is you recognizing, okay, they're gonna land right here, so I need to back up so then I can hit them, right? And this is what Proto Banham really does better than anybody is he gives up space to take it back. That is like what defined him. And when he was playing, he was the best in the world. Like a lot of people don't remember that Proto Banham was the best in the world. Not just the best in Japan, not just the best against Leo. It was Proto Banham won multiple majors and was just the best for that strategy of giving up space to take it back. And it was very good. And then after you hit him, like that's a great follow-up, right? That's very good. Then you kind of, I don't know, you're passive there when I think you should have been doing more. Yep, back air grab. I don't know if that was true, but yep, good roll in just to. Yeah, I would also switch to Megawatt here just for the matchup stuff because like you're hitting him a lot, right? And I feel like 90% for 5 neutral wins. I don't know. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for jump read Megawatt smashes. Like you're up Megawatt for the kill percent, but like I would have been using Okay, maybe yeah, good stuff. Okay, I don't agree with this down air. Down air's bad. It's a mix up when you're in disadvantage, right? But it's like in this down air, it catches him being greedy, right? Like what we were talking about earlier, like mistakes and advantage. This is like the prime example of a mistake and advantage that kind of loses the situation for you. But imagine you're playing somebody that doesn't make this mistake. This downer gets you killed literally at 30 by most characters. I'm not even joking. Because Min Min cannot reverse herself, so the downer is at a set angle. She can't turn herself around really. So downer's good, bad. There's certain times where it's good as a mix-up. There's certain times where it's good if it auto cancels, but as a rule, don't do this. Just slow fall to a platform, slow fall, or maybe fast fall, neutral air dodge through them, bait them into going high, so now all of a sudden you're juggling them, stuff like that. But this downer's bad. It works out, and they don't punish it, but it's still not good. Smash attack in neutral, that's bad. You get caught in, I want to hit them right now, into, they shielded my Megawatt, time to do my second attack, that even if they shielded it, nothing happens. This is also the perfect counterplay, by the way. Shield arm 1 into roll through arm 2 into a great punish. Obviously, I think Puff should have done the down air combo if they were good. Good air dodge. I don't agree with this double jump because like you're vulnerable right here. Imagine if you got forward tilted right here. Now you're off stage at a low angle with no jump, and now you have to upbeat, and then she just run off there. Like no, you don't double jump here. This double jump, bad. You want to just upbeat. You want to hook the ledge, and then you're fine. Even if you get hit, like let's say you instant reel in, right? You upbeat and you instant reel in, and you get hit right here. And then you're sent leg right here, right? All of a sudden, you can wait a second, jump, and then go low and then up B. Or you can just go low, super low, and then jump up B, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's a bad visual, but I'm saying this double jump is really bad. Don't jump here. Especially because, like, you look at, like, what... Like, you're vulnerable right here. Like, oh my gosh. Like, jumping does not snap ledge. This is like Ike up B. Or Crom up B, I guess. Whichever's worse. This is just not good. Like, look at... Like, this is a good... Let's say here is where you can start being hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 frames where you're just there. You can be hit by dash attack, by F tilt, by forward smash, by grab even. I think she can straight up shield grab you here. Like, that's not even a joke. Like, shield grab into forward throw. And at this range, I'm not sure a lot of people know this situation, but this would happen a lot in Smash 4, where people would get grabbed here, and then they would wait, and then get grab released, and then they're sent off stage without a jump. Forward throw might not even give you your jump back. I'm just saying don't double jump to ledge. It's very bad. Also, yeah, I don't know. Ooh, good forward smash. Okay. It's about an even game now. Okay. That was a good example of... Okay, so they fast fall. Like, they even fast fall. Like, look at that. They have the fast fall star right there. So they fast fall into your arm. I was like, dang, they slow fell into an arm. But no, that was a fast fall. Like, Puff in the air is kind of just a sitting duck in some ways. And then, like, you can see, like, after they get hit by that megawatt, look at their drift angle, right? They get sent here. Wow, they tech there. But it's like, from here, he literally holds straight in. And he goes here, and then he techs, right? Like, he's holding straight in. He's still working in those, like, absolute... like, I'm going to hold in until I get in. Like, that is his idea of approaching. And, like, he mixes some air dodges there. But then it's like, I don't know, like, this is kind of like why you lose the set, is like stuff like this, right? Where it's like, okay, I'm going to ram tilt as if I was playing neutral, when in reality you're not. Like, you're playing platform tech chase at this point. I'm not gonna pull it up, but Pink Fresh has a good video on something that'll... I think it's called, like, This Will Level Up Your Play, and it's about platform tech chases, and it's about how different combo game becomes when a platform comes into play. For Link, as an example, if you get down throw, you get down throw up tilt, you get down throw up smash on some characters. But if it's a down throw under a platform, all of a sudden you have a down throw into a platform tech chase. Min Min has that too in some ways, but it's different. But in this situation, you don't recognize that it's a platform tech chase, because right here, Puff has 3 options, right? Oh no. Like, in fact, it happens 3 times. They're sent to this platform 3 different times. So the first thing they can do is tech. And teching is bad and slow and easy to hit. If they tech, you can just jump forward smash, right? That's an easy hit. 2 is A land. A landing is very good, and Void has a good video on A landing. Sorry, I keep bringing up good videos, but A landing is very good. And this is actually what the Puff does. If you look forward, they start to nair, so they land on the platform without having to tech, because teching is bad and slow. So the third thing they can do is jump. Sorry, I have bad handwriting, but they can jump away, right? They go that way. They can jump in. They can do so many things. So jump is technically the best option here, and then this is the second best, and then the teching is the worst because it's just obviously bad. Like, platform tech chases are the devil. Like, it is... Those are devil horns. It is bad. It's like a Dracula Pikachu, but you get the point. you don't want a platform tech chase. Or, like, you do want to platform tech chase. In fact, that's what you should be looking for more than anything, is a platform tech chase. But instead, you kind of play neutral. Like, you're just swinging for the sake of it, right? Like, this is where you commit. This is where I'm going to jump forward smash, because right here, this is money. This is, ooh. I want to aim for right here because Puff is landing right here somewhere. And even if you miss, like, it's, I don't know, like, I just feel like that's such a good situation to have, and you just don't treat it like an advantage. Like, unaware of platform tech chases. Okay, actually, that's the second thing. The first thing is, uh, actually, no, you use more megawatt. The second sucks. I won't even play it. So I'll send that part here. Okay, good grab, back throw. Sweet, now we have Power Dragon. Ooh. There. Okay, so this is so good here. Do you know why? And it's because out of this situation, Puff can really only move left or right, or jump in or jump out or do nothing, or jump in place, right? But either way, they're staying in this range, in this box range, right? So you want to up B jump and then double jump and aim like your laser, so that when you fall, like, your laser covers this entire box, right? As you're falling, right? Because you have dragon laser, dragon laser, dragon laser. Like, so you want to cover this as soon as possible, because the longer you wait, the bigger this box becomes, right? So as soon as you back throw, you want to cover this, specifically against Puff and characters that just can't really move. Like, obviously Puff has good airspeed, but you can cover all that range super, super well. And if they want to come at a certain range, or if they want to come at you at a certain range, they have to, like, kind of be risky and kind of hold in and then jump at you or something. You know what I mean? And even then, it's not even that good. But yeah, you delayed too much. Actually, you should have just charged up B in place, in my opinion, and that would have killed him, I think. Especially if you did Megawatt after the dragon and that hit. Like, a lot of these neutral decisions are kind of whatever. Okay, good dash attack out of the corner. Okay, yeah, that's just, this is a common situation, right, where, okay, but here, I talked a lot about this situation in the Toon Link video, where Puff was just here shielding, dash in, right? But grounded option into dash in, shield, roll in, shield, jump. Okay, so we have one jump. Now there's dash, shield, and you're covering the air, right? Like, they're not jumping there. You know, they're trying to hit you on the ground, and then you get one hit. But yeah, basically, you had the wrong read on the air ground mix up. There you had it good. You were just a little bit slow. I don't know. Here you're just kind of swinging. You kind of throw out an up air, even though it's something where they could be. I would rather, instead of this up air, you just do up tilt, because up tilt is actually very, very good against Puff. It's very big. It covers all the ranges that Puff wants to come at you at, and it covers the platform. So, I don't know. That's something I would do. Let's see. Dash tech, and to land with air arms. Nair the shield, dragon nair. Ooh, you could have up B'd there. Yeah, you could just, like, arm cancel with the up B attack. So you forward smash, and then you just mash up B instead of fast falling. And, yeah, you forward smash here. And you could even do it, like, without the laser. Like, you just cover this range, and you might kill her right here, actually. If instead of mashing fast fall laser, if you just do the up B attack, you just kill them right there. Okay, dash back, dash in. I don't like this dash attack in. You just kind of corner yourself. At this point, they're not in disadvantage anymore, right? This is neutral. Like, obviously they're in the corner, and you don't want to be at this range too bad. So you should give them space. And at this point, it's really neutral. And so, like, you shouldn't be committing to dash attack, because one, like, it's neutral. You don't want to be committing too hard just to do it. because like even if it hits, like it's not the best hit, right? It's not killing them. Secondly, you're putting yourself in the corner. You're putting yourself in a bad spot here. You get this forward air. Ooh, they didn't commit. They could have killed you. Okay. I like that nair. It covers the instant jump. Good weight on ledge. Ooh. Ooh, but you didn't wait there. So here it's like, okay, you're not using arms. You're also doing a lot of these dash dances. Dash dances are good because they move you faster, but they're bad because it moves you just in truncations, right? It's I don't know. I feel like once you're running, if you have complete control over when you can shield, when you can up tilt, when you can up smash, when you can do whatever you want. You can roll, you can do whatever. But when you're dashing like this, like when you're doing these foxtrots, yes, it's technically faster, but it's just not as you don't have as much control over your character is what I'm saying. So like you wait for this air dodge in, and then you grab the wrong way. You forgot you're fighting Puff. Okay, back throw. Back throw sucks. Great nair. I love that dropping the falling dragon nair. That was very good. The up Bs are fine, but they didn't work out. Oh, yep. Just spam megawatt nair here. Yep. Okay, here. No, this is a sign that this is a big habit. Where if you're gonna throw an arm here, I'm throwing Dragon Smash because the laser kind of forces them to shield. But you're kind of like megawatt just for the sake of it. So like that kind of shows me that you're not doing it to specifically cover what they're doing. You're throwing arms because that's just what Yunc does when he gets sent off stage, and that's just a bad habit. So let's see. How do I word this? Be more aware of offstage arms. Yeah. Okay. You've already done that once this game, and that's kind of like a once per set mix up the drop down arms. Because now, ooh, you should have died. You should have 100% died into a mashed, and like, you should know that like they're charging down smash here. I don't know, like this is like a very iconic pose for me because if they hold the charge, yeah. But like you knew they were down smashing here, and that has some lag. But then you roll and then you down smash to cover not this, so I don't know what you were covering there, but it's fine. Spot dodge. Yep. That is that emotional spot dodge. That is actually the same situation we saw 2 minutes ago at the start of the game, where you're in a bad spot in the corner and then you mash spot dodge or roll, and then you get punished for it with dash tech. That is literally the exact same situation. Two arms that both of them hit the wall. Yeah. So just grab the ledge here, dude. Just grab the ledge. Or better yet, just up B and then hang because you know you could see them, right? You're playing offline. It's not like you have online lag. You could see them and you know they're right here. So you can just up B, you can hang, stall for airtime because you're at 117, right? You don't have very many iframes if you just grab the ledge. So you want to stall for airtime, and then you just grab the ledge with your tether, wait to reel in, and then you have more airtime, and then you can do whatever you want. You should die here, but you don't. Because and then you do the same thing, and then it's literally the exact same situation twice in a row. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Yeah, good nair. Wow, that was good. Oh, I would have just gone off and down aired him. Literally fuck them. Okay. He died somehow, I guess. I don't know. That wasn't your fault. Another bad down air. I hope you die it for this time. Yep, you do. Yep. So, let's talk about recovery. Yeah, here that was just a terrible down air. So you double jump there. You should have air dodged. Yeah, you should have air dodged the first time, because when you air dodge and they hit you, you're sent off stage further, but you still have a jump. So you air dodge, you get hit, then you air dodge, and then you jump up B, and then they're like, "Oh my gosh, you recovered from that!" I have literally a clip and a combo video of just me recovering into them, me two framing them in that exact same situation. against a Shulk, but okay. Bad dash tech on shield. You should die here. It's literally the perfect down air on shield, and then they messed it up. They don't lab their character enough. A lot of people don't realize that Puff is a Kazuya type character. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're just... Okay. So Nair, dash tech. Okay, they're up in the air. You should be on Megawatt here. Good trade. Yep. And that same situation, right? Where it's like you hit them and they're holding straight in. And you know what they're going to do. They're going to hold straight in and they're going to fall at you like this. So literally you can go up here. You can just do dash into up smash. You could literally just charge up smash and that would have worked there. I have complete confidence that would have worked there. Okay. Yeah, platform tech chase. You don't take advantage of it. Dash tech. Yeah. You got lucky. Yep. Regrab. Literally 3 missed regrabs. Wow. 3 missed regrab punishes, I should say. Okay, and then they just ran into an arm, and the game's over. And then they're like, wow, I lost solely because of my character, which is not the case. I think you both SD'd that game. So, okay. Game 2 town. This is probably better for you, I think, just because we kill them super early on the side, and they're also still light. Okay, so you start with the Ram tilt, jump back, and he's just kind of there. Okay, so Dragon there. So this is where, like, we got to establish what is your objective here, right? So your objective against Game & Watch in this situation is large. Oh my gosh, not in this situation. In this situation, right, is to just deal damage, right? We want to catch him getting in with some. So like his objective is to get in, whether he runs in or jumps in or whatever, or if he goes up here and shields and then he rolls in. Like, we want to catch his approach and then deal damage. We want to see this number go up, right? That is our only objective. If we take damage, so be it. You know, obviously we don't want to take damage. Arguably that's our number 1 priority, is just don't get hit. But our number 2 objective is to do a lot of damage, because Min Min does a lot of damage. What the hell? I'm just gonna ignore that. But we want to do damage, and Game & Watch we could actually do damage pretty easily too. So we have Ram tilt poke for what? I don't know. But that poke there, that Ram tilt poke literally lost us like half the stage. You're up being here for what? I don't know. You're just up here. Like, you're not that's not where you want to be. You don't want to be above Game & Watch, obviously. Okay, you get this air dodge, and like that air dodge against a good Game & Watch, that's not what you want to be doing. Like, this air dodge will get, like, if they see you air dodging, this jab should be a down smash, or it should be a grab, or it should be something that gets you killed. But they messed up. Okay, up smash out of shield. They down air over here. Sweet, they're on the ground. You actually could have dropped through platform with that dragon tilt if you really wanted to. Because you can drop through platforms. Well, you're in a smash attack, so maybe you couldn't. Yeah, you're in a smash attack. Never mind. But that was your fault for trying to catch Game & Watch in the air. Like that. So, in this situation, like, when Game & Watch is up here, like, you hit Game & Watch with up B or up smash, just drop through the platform. Standing under a platform is so good against Game & Watch, because how is he going to hurt you, right? He has a couple main ways, right? He can land on you with Fair. He has the bomb from Fair. He has Dare, which is the key. He has Nair, which is big and kills you, right? It's the big fishbowl move. Actually pulled it up. It is very big. Look at Game & Watch over here. Look at that Destroy. Huge, huge, huge move. And it hits down here in front of him, too. Wait, is this move? Okay. It's 42 frames total, but Game & Watch doesn't have animations, so it's like weird. But this hitbox lingers for 2 frames towards the end of the move. Like, it's crazy. So basically, like, if you stand under platform, he can't really do anything to you. Down air hits the platform, nair hits the platform, forward air, the bomb hits the platform. I don't think the bomb explodes if it hits the ground. I could be wrong. I think it only explodes when it hits something. But being under the platform is huge there, right? So when Game & Watch is launched, this is all of a sudden, like, this is no longer, like, you hit them, so it no longer means that you have a direct influence over him. Instead, it means it's his turn. This is the Game & Watch show. Welcome to the Game & Watch show. It's a game show where you have to decide what is Game & Watch going to land on you with. And the right answer is something that kills you. So you just want to like avoid what he can do, and platforms are your best friend in that situation, which is why you should ban FD against this guy. You should ban FD, and you should ban Kalos. Town is fine most of the time, so I don't know. This is, I don't know. But yeah, you should have gone under platform instead of, oh, he's in the air, let me just go up and hit him. No, you can't do that. Bad dog. So he down airs, and you commit to a smash, so you're stuck on the platform, and then you jumped. And I could tell that this guy's one step, well, maybe not one step ahead of you, but in some ways he is, right? Where it's like, here, what I would do is I would run off and I would forward tilt, right? And if I see him doing something halfway through the forward tilt, I would double jump, right? But what you do is you just jump from the platform, which obviously gives you, what can you do from here? Nothing. Jack shit. So why would you do that? I don't know, because you're used to jumping off platforms. You got to remember that on a platform, you can do more than just jump. You can run off, you can drop through the platform, and out of all 3 of these, you can double jump. You could double jump back to platform. You can wave land back on the platform. You could do all of these things. Void has a good video on this about it. He calls it the tweak, and it's basically about platform movement and how good it is. How good it can be, I guess. But here, like, he covers this space with dash tech, and Game & Watch dash tech is actually very good. So something that you just want to keep in mind is just that. But it also shows that he's not aiming for where you are, he's aiming for where you want to be, which is the ground. So from there, I guess the jump wasn't too bad because it's pretty safe. It just puts you in the air against Game & Watch, which is not where you want to be. Like, you don't want to be up here. You just don't, because you take 1,000,000 damage. You watch any like pro Game & Watch set where like it's just destruction, and it's, oh, I caught one nair. It's time for 80% of up airs. And if they ever try to air dodge through it, or if they ever try to go off stage, then they die. This nair is a little early. You got to work on your nairs. I'm just going to put that there. Okay, and then you roll back. Okay. That's unfortunate. If you just didn't jump. All right, I'm gonna put that too. Don't jump with your ram tilts. R tilt angled up is good enough, I should say. Jump after. I'm going to put that. Sweet. Okay, so you have that tilt. Megawatt tilt, hell yeah. Back to Mega Ram. Perfect. Arm decision there. Okay, you hit him, and then you hit him, and then you don't take up space here. Like, you don't, Like he's at, like, what is he gonna do here? He missed his tech. He missed his tech, right? So like, why are you backing up? I don't know. You're just afraid. Here, when you should be like, I don't know. Like what I would do here is I hit this and like, no, it's this one. Yeah. Instead of walking backwards, I'm going from here. I'm running in, right? And they're like, oh, they're doing this. I'm going to roll in. And then I do dash back pivot grab. And I love doing that. That's like my favorite thing with Minmin is to do like these tech chase with the dash back pivot grabs on the roll in. It's my favorite thing. Okay, they get time to shield, which is not real, by the way. This is not real. Like after, let's look at when they start glowing. Okay, so that's 1, 2, oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8 frames. Maybe 7 frames, because that's frame 1 of shield. There's no visible shield on frame 1 of shield. So 7 frames to hit the end of roll in. I don't know. Maybe that's, I feel like that's a big window to hit, especially because it's reactable too. So Dragon Tilt. Not what's the word? Where you get a lot out of something. Not, no, not again. What's the word? Not getting the most out of tech chases. It's like optimizing, but it's not optimizing. It's like you know what I mean. Yeah. Okay. Catches you double jump. You nair, and then you get hit by the bomb, and then it's like, yeah, this is like a weird situation where it's like, okay, they fair. You shouldn't be nairing out of fair. You should be jumping or like air dodging somewhere. Okay, forward throw. This is pretty bad for you, but you're in tumble. You want to ram nair here. You want to whoop real quick and get out of tumble. Ram tilt works out. Good job. Dash tech. He's trying to 2-frame you, but he doesn't know that Ram or that Min tether doesn't have a 2-frame because tethers don't have 2 frames. So that shows another thing about this guy is that he doesn't know this character. Okay, forward smash. You get the roll works this time. Sweet. This is another interesting decision where like the correct decision is obviously to go off an edge guard, but I don't know. This is just weird. Like this is a situation where just watching it, I couldn't tell you what the right thing to do here is, but I could tell you what, like now that I've seen it a few times, what you should have done is run off Dragon Nair and then just like Dragon Nair because it's big and strong. But actually, would that have worked? Maybe. And even then, that puts you in a weird situation because if you get like this move right here, this is so dangerous because it's so unreactable, it's so fast that you can get hit into the stage or you get sent off stage. Like it's so, like I don't want to interact with this move. I don't like this at all. And obviously you did good by jumping up early. You get a smiley face. You get a gold star. Good job. Here's your thumb up. It's not very good. But yeah, I don't want to go off stage and interact against this move. And here soon, when I do my Dormigi against Mia analysis, we can probably look more into what to do off stage against Game & Watch because this is not my forte. I don't really like fighting this guy too much. Okay, you grab ledge last, which is generally not good. When you're edge guarding, a big part of it, like you look at a lot of our worst matchups, right? You look at Pikachu, you look at Meta Knight, And one of the big things about those matchups that a lot of people don't really talk about, is the fact that when you get hit off stage by Meta Knight or Pikachu, they have a chance to edge guard you, and even if that doesn't work out, Pikachu can quick attack onto stage and Meta Knight can down B onto stage, skipping the ledge, meaning that they can both edge guard you and ledge trap you, which are two of Minmin's biggest like downsides. So the fact that you're off stage here, like you run off stage and you miss the edge guard. At this point, you have to recognize, okay, I missed the edge guard. I have to get to on stage earlier. So here, I'm literally air dodging up. I'm literally air dodging diagonally because grabbing the ledge has I think it's a 27 or 28 frame animation of just grabbing the ledge, which is, you can't skip that in this game. In other games, you could with different things. But in Smash Ultimate, when you grab the ledge, it is lag. So if you air dodge to skip the ledge, you'll be on stage first and they'll be over here, that's positional advantage, right? That determines who is being ledge trapped and who isn't. So the fact that you kind of waited to go onto stage, right? It's like you second arm, like it's like you were in denial, like, okay, but if I try really hard, I can get this edge guard. And as true as that might be, it's like I already closed the tab, but it's like what we were talking about with what does good play mean to you? Does it mean hitting these crazy unreactable guessing game edge guards, or would you rather play for like the more just more safe and consistent game plan, which would be to get on stage first? That's what I'm saying here. So I'm just gonna put consistency. Yeah, this is what we got there. Yep, this is another common trend, is he loves to do these smash attacks for no reason. So he is a bad ledge trapper. He might get a couple ledge traps here and there, but like for the most part, he's just guessing. He's not reacting. He's an online player. Or maybe he's just from Texas. Wow, that almost hit. Crazy stuff. Ah, that's greedy. That's greedy. Look at him. He's shielding. You drop shield first. What happens when you up smash there? Let's look. If you up smash, it is minus 35. He can have his entire way with you. What the hell is this? Obviously, it might kill. I don't know. Town and City has a high ceiling, so. Okay, he gets a grab. Ooh, you double jump there. I don't like this double jump at all. Obviously, so, okay. You don't treat the air like it's a bad place to be. Yeah. So you jump into an up air, into another up air, because down air does not beat up air. Into air dodge, oh, you barely avoid the down smash there. He must have high sensitivity because he was crouching for a little bit before he started his down smash. Like, that down smash hitbox is huge. Look at how far away that is from him. This one. Wow. Wait, this one. Yeah. Really? So the hammer ends there, and then there's still a little bit. So, like, you literally barely avoided it. And I think your arms have a hurt box here. So, like, you're so, like, that. For all intents and purposes, you get hit by that here, and then you die because he has rage. And Town and City has close walls. It has very, very close side walls. So you end up dying to Game & Watch forward smash very early. So, the three bands, yeah, we're doing FD. Oh my gosh. FD, Kalos, and Town and City. Yeah, like these are just our bands, right? Usually we don't like Battlefield, but as we saw in the Doramigi versus Mia set, this is literally the stage that Doramigi wants to go to. Did I just screw up a star? Oh my gosh. That is where Doramigi wants to go to the most. Battlefield and small battlefield. Small boyfriend. Yeah. These two are our guys. We love these. But we don't like Town. We don't like Kalos. We don't like FD when fighting this man. Okay. Dash attack into shield. Drop shield jab. He should have just grabbed you. Or he could have up smash out of shield too. He could have up beat too. He could have done anything he wanted, but he did jab. And you're not grabbing the ledge. And then, yeah. This is another thing I mentioned earlier in the thing where it's like you should be playing for like you're playing too fast and your system 1 is taking control where you're too focused on pushing buttons. And sorry, this is something that you mentioned earlier on the Discord, where something that I said that helped you is sometimes you have to play faster than you can think, and I think that's very true, especially for when you are looking for things that you need to improve on. The issue here is I think that in this situation I'm right, like this video is pretty much a laundry list of things that you can do. So here it's like, okay, here's the perfect example of I'm just going to do things just because I can. Like here, you get hit by Nair, so then our mind should be going to Candyland, right? We don't want to skip steps. We don't want to, our objective is not to hit this guy. Our objective is to get to the ledge so we can get to the corner so we can get back to the stage, right? That we want stage control. Stage control. Stage control. We want stage control. In fact, one of my favorite videos ever is called Considering the Ledge. This is like all-time favorite video. It's this one, Considering the Ledge. And it just talks about this situation. Exactly. It's about the ledge itself. And here it's like you are so fixated on hitting him. It's like you have so many options to land. You could have gone to the platform. You could have just air dodged the ledge. You could have gone low and and upbeat. And that's like the thing about Min Min that I like the most, I think, is that she has a tether up B, which means that she kind of has to go to ledge. She's not like Inkling, where she can just up B past the ledge and just land on stage. She's not like Yoshi, where she has that crazy flutter jump. Where Yoshi has that crazy flutter jump. And instead, Min Min, her upbeat takes her to the ledge, and that on the surface might seem like a downside because you have less places you can go. What do you mean? It's a move that only takes me to one place, the ledge? But in reality, it's a buff because that's where we wanted to go, like more than anywhere, actually. Like, yeah, obviously we don't have certain mix-ups, but it's where we wanted to go. Like, this is the goal. This is home. This is where we like to you know, to watch TV and lay in bed or whatever we do at home. I don't know. Maybe make Magic the Gathering decks. I don't know. But the ledge is great. The ledge is a great place, and I can tell that you're not somebody that just mindlessly picks ledge options, and you're not somebody that gets like super hard pressured like some people. Obviously, maybe you do. Everybody does at times, I think, but like your ledge options are not your weakest points. So that's what surprises me, that you just don't like going to ledge all that much. So yeah, that's my biggest thing here, is that you should, when in disadvantage, you need to rewire your brain to stop thinking about hitting the guy and think more about how do I get back to a safe, consistent, workable situation. Okay, respawn, instant go for megawatt. Cool. So here he shields this and this. He shields double smash. So do you think he's gonna run up and shield? No, you have megawatt out. He's gonna jump in on you. And he double jumps, which makes it so it's very hard, especially from where you were, right? Because you were right here. If he's up here, what can you do that really beats what he does? Not much. You can shield, right? And that's probably the right answer. It's probably just a shield or to get out of the way. Because something I was talking about in my other video with the Toon Link is just when landing, certain characters have different ranges of influence. Where a character like Cloud, who has pretty good airspeed, it's going to look like 45-degree pyramid. And then, like, because he can go over here and then he can back air right here, right? So it's like that's the sphere of influence. And then for like a character like Fox or me Brawler, where they don't have very much airspeed, it's gonna look more like that, right? Because they fall too fast. And that's, this guy's a puff main. We already established that, and he's already a hold forward guy. So you gotta look more to these extreme angles more often than not. And not only that, what if he does this and then drifts back? You know, there's so many different, like, there's an infinity amount of possibilities in here, and that's not even, ignoring the fact that he double jumped here. What if he does this and then double jumped, and now he has like all of this? Like, it's just crazy how many things he can do and how much space he can control from the air. But that's not something to be afraid of. That's not something that we have to immediately answer to. Instead, we should be looking for his landings, right? We have to look for his landings. What happens if Game & Watch down airs? All of a sudden, his range becomes like this, right? So if he down airs here, yeah, obviously this is a good option. But what if he nairs you? Ooh. What if he fairs you? Ooh. I don't know. Yep, nair into fair. Ooh, he almost got that grab. That could have killed you. Okay, nair beats arms. Good to know. So again, like I'm saying, you're swinging at, your timing here is just wrong. Where you're just swinging when you should be trying to catch his landings. Like, this arm clanks with just like the last hit of the fish, dude. How strong is that hit? Because we have nair. All of them are like 3 or 4%, which, because of the 9% rule, everything up to 15 or no, 11%. Jeez, is my math just? I can't think right now. Oh my gosh. 4%, 9% rule puts it at 13. So dragon tilt does like 8 damage. Yeah, like this is not beating anything. So it's like you're treating it like it's a high priority move when he has the high priority move. So catch his landings instead of trying to contest his higher priority attacks. That was a good ram or a megawatt in air. Double dash kind of saves you into smashes. Like, this is kind of where the heart of the issue is, right? Where it's like, this how you're gonna, like, seriously get your damage with dash back forward smash? Like, I don't know. This is where, like, a lot of coaching sessions, I like to start off with what is your goal, right? And if your goal is, oh, I want to be PR, I want to be a top player, I want to be so good. Okay, well, if that's the case, then we need to really, like, fine tune your focus so that the things you do reflect what you want to be. It's like, if you want to be good at running, you don't tell people, oh, I like to run. No, you say you're a runner. If you write, you don't say, oh, I like to write. No, I'm a writer, I'm a novelist, this is what I am. And what are we? We're smashers. We play smash and we're good at it. So instead of, like, I don't know, this just feels desperate, right? And this sounds so pretentious, and I'm not trying to come off as pretentious, but I'm just trying to say, like, maybe if this is the best we can offer with dash dash smash, I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm reading too deep into this, but I think we should hold ourselves to a little higher standard. I'm one to talk because I do this all the time, but you see what I mean. Okay, double jump into back air. Yeah, so this is another thing where it's like we have to find an answer to what he's doing. So he does jump, double jump, right? So a big thing here is he is starting his aerial like, okay, so he does jump, double jump, and then here he starts his aerial, right when he starts to fall. And this is going to cover like all of this area because it's falling back air, right? It's falling back air and it covers this range. So where is the opportunity to punish? In my opinion, it's right here before he attacks. It's not about spacing, but about time. In this game, there's two kinds of aerials, right? You have rising aerials and you have falling aerials. This guy likes his falling aerials. This is bam, what he likes to do. So if we can catch him on the way up, that's a great thing to do. So if we rewind the clock 5 seconds, even right there, he does this jump, and then at the peak of it, that's when he starts his back air. So that the back air comes right there. Okay, smash, smash. Okay, jump, double jump. Here, I'm not thinking, oh, retreat. Here, I'm thinking, I'm just going to full hop nair. What's he going to do about it? All of a sudden, he has to completely rethink his neutral game cut. And that's not necessarily an anti-Game & Watch thing. That's like an anti-Ranger Game & Watch thing, I guess. Wow! There's no way. Megawatt smash clanks with that smash. That's okay. I guess that's not too surprising. It's Game & Watch forward smash. But then you do this every time. Okay, so ledge drop F smash is a once per set mix up, not your base level option. Yeah, you get punished for that. Get hit by up air. Wow, that up B missed because you air dodged that time. Or no, I think he just missed. Doesn't matter. Yep. Up smash is a little ambitious. That's fine. I don't blame you for this right here. It straight up was like a frame or two. Wow. Yeah, it was like a frame late. Unfortunate. Yep. Watch your rolls. Panic rolls. Yep. Gets grabbed into up throw, up B. Trying to catch your landing. I don't know what you're covering here. Okay, down air. Lucky break. So here, I'm thinking, we saw this from the start of the game. He is going to hold straight in. So he's going to go like this. So I'm just going to like land right here. I'm going to forward smash him. I'm going to just dragon forward smash him. And it's just going to kill him. It's town and city. You have like half rage. More than half rage, actually. Like this is like, I don't know. This is like my read on him, and this is what he's been doing the whole set. Is in disadvantage, he just holds straight in. He's a puff player. He likes to hold his straight directions. We've been over this since the start. He air dodges at the end. It's a little bit hard to catch. And then he rolls, and then you don't react. Because this ledge roll, this is reactable, right? Not only that, once he's on ledge, like, okay, he's on ledge, you're done missing your smash attack. This is where we're in ledge trapping mode, right? This is where I'm charging like megawatt smash, and if it hits, right? Because megawatt's out. And if you just charge megawatt smash and it hits, that's awesome. If you neutral get ups, megawatt smash hits. If he jumps, we just have to take that, I guess. But yeah. Wow, get hit by landing down tilt. So this is something that, like, I think he's just one step ahead of you at the end of the day. Like, he's catching your landings. Like, you're up in the air, and his reaction isn't to up air you. He recognizes that he can't get to you in time, right? So he can't just jump. I mean, obviously he could probably just jump nair, but he recognizes that you're going to land right here. So he's going to do a dash, and then he's just going to down tilt you. And it works because that's just how catching landings works, and he understands that a little bit better than you. Okay, then you did you just double jump air dodge? Yeah, you jump air dodge. So if you jump air dodge, you die there. If you just air dodge straight in, yeah, here you should just be air dodging in, and then you do jump up B. You should not be doing jump air dodge. That's bad. Yeah, this just kills you. Wow, he just actually killed himself. This is like a Mia level throw. Wow, you're so lucky. Okay, down a stock, you're fine. Again, like you're putting yourself in the air. You don't treat the air like it's a bad place against Game & Watch. We've been here, said this. Okay, good A landing with arms. Okay, good 1-2. Here I'm switching to Megawatt or Ram. You're on Megawatt too long. Nair, good air dodge. Good Nair. You could have caught that landing. Like, he doesn't double jump mix up. And by that, I mean, like, here, when you hit him, he's not a jumper. We saw that earlier with the platform tech chase on Puff in game 1. He's going to A land, and he's going to land. He doesn't like wasting his jumps. He's probably been burned by that too many times before. So he's going to push A, and he's going to land. And you didn't catch his landing. So, again, you have to catch landings. And then he caught your landing because you tried to catch him in the air. Roll into just shield, and wow, good up tilt. Up tilt mashing beats fair. Stuck on dragon. Gotta find a way off it. Yep, good job. Go to ledge. Don't smash him. Ugh. Yeah, that was a bad roll. Here, I'm just jumping. As soon as I see him charging smash, because like against this guy, we can just react to him pushing a button, and then we can just do what beats it, right? Where it's like, oh, up smash, I can just jump over this. Like you literally just jump over this, and then you get back to neutral, and you have smiley face. That's the only thing I can draw well. Okay, down smash works, and your Ram poke again doesn't work because it should have been a grounded Ram tilt angled up. This would have been much better. We like this. Smiley face. But the jump one, it does this range. And at this point, he's going to be down here. Right? So this doesn't work. You need to do grounded Ram tilt angled up instead of that. Okay, bad grab. He's not been conditioned to shield much. So like I don't know. Sometimes people are gonna shield there. Obviously, he's shield flickering. So I think like the fact that he's shield flickering, that just shows that he knows what he's doing and he's trying to bait you, and then you get baited. Yeah, like shield flickering, it just means I'm gonna poke them, and if they get a parry, cool. I have another arm and I can still jump and move around. Ugh, yeah. Okay, this is just another lazy disadvantage where it's like, okay, arm. At this point, you have to respect him being on stage, and you have to go to ledge, right? You're in disadvantage. Just go to ledge. Board game. You have to disadvantage to slightly better disadvantage to slightly better disadvantage to neutral, right? And you kind of ignore that, and you try to greedy double jump. This is the greedy double jump. That is what that is called. And like even then, like this landing nair, like the nair was over. Like it just missed, right? Maybe if it was dragon nair, but even then, it's not worth it. Because what if he lets it go one frame early and it goes through nair, you know? I don't know. I just think that was just a very greedy disadvantage. That's I don't know. Like again, I don't want to read too deep into that, but that for me that is like that's like a devastating like oh no, he caught me slipping. But for you that's like a sip of water. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. I really am not. Okay, PS2, good stage. The only downside is that it's so big that it's hard to go to ledge sometimes from disadvantage. Back throw. Cool. Yep, good weight for the grab. And good spacing on the dragon. Good avoid. Yep, good patience not doing 2 arms there. Into shield, into up smash out of shield. No, ram there. Cool, good. Wow, that was a great awareness of the situation that you could get a ram nair here to start the combo. That was very good. And you caught his jump. So now he has no jump. So you can literally you could literally just go off and just run. Oh, sorry, I'm getting excited here. So you run off and then you just ram nair or ram tilt, and that because he's just gonna hold in, right? So you do that or maybe you just run here and you just forward smash him. Like you could literally dude, there's so much you could do here. He should be dead here, actually. Ah, you're a little slow. You're a little slow. Maybe that was just dragon smash and lag, but so here, what I'm actually doing at this situation, like obviously he's not getting the ledge again. So I'm doing this dash back. You kind of canceled it, but like from this distance, I'm literally just gonna up B and then forward smash and then laser so it covers all this. Like I'm just enforcing this space and doing a fast fall so that I control this space as well. And if he's in here, I think I have time to do a second. I could ram to kind of keep him off me. Maybe that's just a bad option. That's something I like to do. But yeah, I like forward smash here, like a high aerial smash. Again, it's these jump ram tilts just don't work. It should just be a ram tilt angled up, maybe while walking backwards. Okay, wow, he catches you for that. You did this jump back, and he still catches you with the nair. Down air barely works. It's a little early for Megawatt. And even if it wasn't, I don't like switching to Megawatt much against Game & Watch in general. Just because if Game & Watch gets to high percent, do we really have to worry about kill options that much? Dragon Nair is strong, Dragon Tilt is strong, sending him off stage is really strong. His ledge options aren't the best, so we can ledge trap him to death. And if it really comes down to it, we have 2 kill throws. We don't need Megawatt. So that's just something I need you to know is we don't need Megawatt to kill. So roll away, good distance, but you're just kind of giving it up, right? This is where you're playing. This is where I could tell you're in your mind. You're okay, I have a lead, so I have to play a certain way to keep my lead. And this is, in your opinion, your dream. This is your objective, right? And I don't think it's the best objective you could be looking for because you're still you put yourself off stage here. Do you die for it? No, he gets baited and just gets a down smash. Okay. Good roll catch on the Megawatt. Ooh. Yeah, another situation where again, that's a good catch and a crazy air dodge or a crazy tech from him, but it loses. I mean, it doesn't lose. It trades with the up B. Up B is such a strong and fast and unreactable move. It's crazy you hit him here because he was invincible the frame before. That's a really funny Game & Watch frame, actually. That's really funny. So you hit him here. That might have actually even been his 2 frame. That's really funny. So the fact that you hit this Megawatt and it doesn't even win, it trades. That just goes to show that once Game & Watch is low, I'm not fucking with that. I want nothing to do with Game & Watch once he has to recover low. No. Just please no. There's too many opportunities to just die. So I don't know. So look at the situation again. You did a charge up B, which I don't know. I don't agree with that. I probably would have just forward smashed from here. I would have just forward smash, laser. I don't know. Something like that. Because, like, I'm not playing for the edge guard. I'm playing for the ledge trap. I want the ledge trap more than I want to hit him while he's off stage. I think you were going for a second arm there. Yeah, you were, but you get caught by dash tech. Game Watch has a very good dash tech. Megawatt tilt. Then you put yourself in the air. Wow. And then you just charge it in his face and it works. Cool. Eat that, Ranger. Oh, that was a turnaround up smash too. That's cool. Okay, up B and then down air. Wow. You've done that every game. Okay. Megawatt in air. Good damage. 35. 45. Keep it up. Oh. He's okay. Let's look at his options since he's respawned. Okay. So land on you with back air. It misses. Jump, nair. Jump, nair again, but it gets hit by down air. Double jump. That's the first time he's like double jumped out of that. Tries to land on you with nair. Dash over. Tries to dash attack, but he gets hit by nair. In the air. Air dodge in. Oh, okay. Land to the ground that time. Okay. He learned his lesson. He's not going to double jump. But in my mind, I'm seeing a lot of jumps. Okay. Gets hit on the ground. He jumps again. He jumps again. And then you go for the grab. Like, he's been conditioned, like, maybe not conditioned to jump or grab or shield, or, sorry, to not, let me restart. He has not been conditioned to shield, but he has been jumping a lot in this sequence since this stock began. So, in my mind, like, that is not a situation that I want to be grabbing in. I would rather, like, nair or just, like, be tilting backwards or like ram tilt upward angled ram tilt, you know, stuff like that. Like, I'm looking for jumps, and even if he's not jumping, boo-hoo. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, that was a bad grab is what I'm saying. Okay, nair, miss tech, get up tech, good shield damage into jab. If you don't know, you can actually SDI out of most jabs, not Game & Watch's jab, because it's very good. J for Jonas has a good video on that. Okay, bad down air. Just go to ledge. That's a shield grab if I've ever seen one. So, like, literally, like, you're in the corner, just shield grab. Like, you see a smash attack, just grab it. Push A. Back throw him. You're in the corner. We love back throw. Granted, it's obviously not the best option because, like, okay, let's look at when I would have grabbed. Okay. So let's add 22 frames to down smash. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wow, he's already out of down smash. So by the time I react to down smash, I would have grabbed and it would have missed. But you know what I mean. Don't listen to me when it comes to when to shield grab. The answer is never. Ooh. Yep, and he gets the landing hit. Oh, you double jumped again. Okay, back air. What's the answer here? That's right, go to ledge. But you wait, and then you double jump into up air. You don't just double jump. Like, you get sent here, and it's not that you just double jump. You double jump in to the up air. You're holding in just as bad. So what you want to do is you want to hold out. You literally want to hold out so you can get away from him. Like, you already got hit, you got punished here. You want to avoid the situation. You want to hold away from him. Yeah, and that is what makes Game & Watch good. Is he can up air, and if you try to hit the up air, or if you try to air dodge through it, he can down smash, and down smash kills you. That is what makes this guy good. We are in year 8 of Ultimate. Actually, this is year 8. Okay, up air. Good air dodge to platform. Good down smash. Good laser. Oh, you were a little late on the megawatt. Yeah, if you started it earlier, it would have hit, I think. Good tilt. Yep. Yeah, like a megawatt is just not necessary at this percent. Like it's just every time you miss it, it's just bad. Ooh, yeah. A little antsy on that up smash. Ooh, okay. So this is a mechanic that not a lot of people talk about in this game. So here you up B and then you get hit. So when you get hit, you have to wait 55 frames before you can grab the ledge again. And that also applies to tethers. So here you up B too fast. You pushed up. Literally, if you had just waited like half a second and then grabbed the up B like around here, you would have been fine. But yeah, that's just unfortunate. Uh, yeah. Wait to retether the ledge. Dude, it's so late. I'm so tired. We're almost done. Okay. Drop down. Megawatt arm. Yep. Dash back, neutral. Yep. Catches the roll back. Okay. Ooh. Yep. You were behind the times there. That, and it seems like you don't have an answer to dash tech. So I'm going to add that to the things I'm going to look for tomorrow, is just like what to do about dash tech. But less about the Game & Watch specific. This is obviously him looking for your landings. Like he's aiming for this area. And the only reason he didn't hit it is because you mixed up the timing of your landing with the forward smash hop in the air. Like that gave you enough airtime to kind of miss that, but it doesn't matter because you get grabbed, down throw up air, and to miss your arms again. Like you're just antsy for the kill at this point. And like this is a point where another what's his name? Pink Fresh video would have probably helped. And it's the one about the difference between Smash and fighting games, and it's about how kills happen. And I don't know, I feel like you're antsy for kills, and you're just trying to hit a kill move instead of trying to set up a kill, which is also something that Izza talks about with the what do you call it? The objectives. So, but yeah, you're just antsy for kills at this point, and that was your final nail in the coffin. Yeah, back air off stage. Down air, misses the arms. At this point, he's just gotten used to the arms, and you don't really have much backing it. Okay, you get a tilt. Cool. Megawatt at 0 is good if you're going to go for the Ooh, like there. So here, this is a situation where it's like, okay, what's he going to do? He's going to mash a smash attack. So this is when you jump, and then you land on him with Megawatt and air, and this does a 53% combo. If you would just recognize that he likes to do the smash attack at the ledge, that would have been 53% free, and then the game would have been even. Down tilt up smash. Ooh, no. Yep. That even got me. That got me. But that's the other thing, is like recognizing, this is something that Doramigi's super good at too, is recognizing platform resets. That's what this is called. It's a platform reset. And he did really good at teching that. But yeah. Just recognize. Did I write that over here? Yep. Be more. Let me edit this to say, be more aware of platform tech chases. And yes. So we got be more aware of platform tech chases and platform resets. Be more aware of offstage arms. Yeah. Landing there too high. Don't jump with your ram tilts. Ram tail angled up is good enough at countering in the air. Jump after the dragon tilt. Arm 2. Not getting the most out of tech chases. Get on stage first. Consistency. Oh. Let me... When you are both off stage, choose to get on stage first. You don't treat the air like it's a bad place to be against Game & Watch when it is. Catch his landings instead of trying to contest his higher priority attacks. Let me just say aerials. Or hit him while ledge drop. F smash is a once per set mix up, not your base level ledge option. You panic roll too much. We don't need Megawatt to kill, and wait to wreath tether the ledge. Forward it kills. No, Mega Minman's heavy. I'll beat a ledge. Roll. You ledge roll too often. You should be jumping more. Yeah. The reason why you want to ledge jump Ram Nair is because our ledge jump animation is trash. So Ram Nair is it like resets our hurt box so that like we're smaller and harder to hit. Yep, now he's air dodging. Eesh. Eesh. Okay. So this is like the first situation he actually does this, right? Where he does this air dodge, and from here, he goes like straight in, right? And this is something that you'll see a lot in like the Falcon matchup, where Falcon will like run in and then like short hop in, and it's like at such a weird. Even he'll like full hop in, right? Where Falcon characters with high airspeed, like if we go to airspeed, Game & Watch is up here. Like he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18. He's 18th best airspeed in the game. Very, very good. It's only like 0.2 less than Yoshi, which is like pretty good, pretty dang good actually. Like you look at like Wario, super good airspeed. It's only 0.1 less than Wario. Like he has a very, very good airspeed. So like against these high airspeed characters, you have to realize that arms are not your main way to keep them out. They're your main way of punishing. So you have to remember that your arms are a whiff punish tool, not a zoning tool in this matchup specifically. So what do you do instead? Instead, you want to nair. You want to jump nair to like beat out a lot of what they're doing. Whether it's Ram Nair, Dragon Nair is bigger, it lasts longer, it's more active, so, and it's stronger, and it sends at a higher angle compared to Ram. So like, and then Megawatt sends even higher than that. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like Nair is going to be your best bet against this character more often than not. Obviously, we want to stay close to the ground more often than not. I don't know. This is a part where it's like more Game & Watch specific, and that is not my expertise. But I'm gonna research that a lot more, and I'll get back to you on that. But that is just a situation to be aware of, is that arms are not going to be your most reliable neutral tool. Yep, again with the up smash. And it was the best 2 out of 3. Yep, okay. We're done. No. Uh Overall, there's a lot of good. Uh I feel like you did a lot of things pretty well. Like you're confirmed, you're like once you get your hits, you're usually pretty good with how you handle it. You usually have pretty good decision making as far as like advantage, where it's like, okay, I have in this situation, I'm gonna go and run off and go off stage more, which is generally a good thing that you want to do. But against Game and Watch is just rough, especially when he's going low. Like you could just die for that super 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 easy. Game and Watch is like the king of offstage reversals. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's like a lot of the stuff I just went over is the long and short of it. So I'll probably rewatch this, and when I rewatch it, I'll get all the video links into the description. So, uh, yeah, let me know if you have any other questions, and thanks for letting me VOD for you. Thanks for letting me VOD review for you, dude. Peace. Oh, and comment what matchup I should do next. See ya.